Okay, so after you have followed the link that I gave you in your email, because if you just go to newspapers.com, you will not be able to search for free. So you have to follow that link. And once you get here, you're just going to go ahead and type in the name of the ancestor that you want to search. So here I'm choosing to do my grandpa. And once it searches, there's a lot of results. And so I want to narrow this down by where he lived. And he lived in Utah. So I'm going to select Utah. And then you can go ahead and enter in a date range if you'd like. Just for fun, I'm going to go ahead and put in the year that he was married. And when I do that, I still have 52 matches. And before I scroll through all of those, I'm going to go over here to choose newspapers, and I'm going to narrow it down to places where I know he lived. So I know he lived in Ogden, and I know he lived in Provo. So I'm going to add those, and then I'm going to update it, and it gives me 19 matches. That's much easier to find here. Okay, and so then I'm just going to go ahead and scroll through. There's still 19. I'm going to try adding his wife to that, and that will really narrow it down. And then I can see right here, this is an engagement. And so if I open this up, I can see the whole article, and then I can clip and save it. So you just come up here to this clip thing and select it, and then it will let you select your article, and you just adjust this to fill up the whole thing, and then you can save it to something that you're going to be able to find. So if I were saving this to my computer, I would say Anderson, Janet, and probably Melvin maybe. Anyway, I would type that all in so that I could find it later. Wedding announcement. And then if I hit clip, it's going to give me the option here to save it to my computer. So make sure you save it so that you have access to it even after this free access runs out. Now, if you can't find somebody in here, I'm going to show you what else you can do. I had tried searching for my grandpa. And when I came in here and I did my search, I narrowed it down to Washington. And I decided to choose newspapers. And when I scrolled through here, none of the places that he lived are mentioned here. So I know I'm not going to find him. And so I'm not going to waste my time searching through all these and narrowing it down. It's not going to be there. So what you can do is then you can just open up a new tab, and you get to search, and you're going to want to enter in the city, the county, and the state. Some newspapers did it by city, some did it by county. And then you're just going to add newspaper archives to the end of that search. And when you search, you will likely have ads at the top. Of course, there's newspapers.com. We're going to scroll past that down to our real results, and the very first one here is the Shelton archives. And then I can search these archives. Now, some search tips when you're doing this. Here I'm not able to refine it at all by the dates. And if I just type in my ancestor's name, you'll see that the results have his first name, last name, but these aren't him, like they don't belong together. So in order to narrow that over 1,000 search items that I've got there, I'm going to add quotation marks. And once I do that, all of these happen to be my ancestor. So if I click on any of these articles, they're him, and it always gives you a little summary so you can see. And that is how you can find your people. Another tip, if you can't find your person, is you can try searching for their parents or siblings. But I always search for the man, because back in the day, they often didn't include the wife's name. And if they were referring to the wife, they would just say Mrs. Walter Allen instead of Francis Allen. So always search for the men first. And hopefully that'll help you guys find your people.